There's more microorganisms in a teaspoon of soil, healthy soil, than there are people on this planet. Yet, humans, we think we are the most important and the most superior above all. That couldn't be further from the truth. Quite frankly, the soil that we will eventually all go back to is just as important, if not more important than us. Especially when it pertains to just thinking about a teaspoon of healthy soil having more microorganisms than there are people on this planet. Think about that. Think about it. So how important do you really think the ground underneath underneath your feet that you walk is very important? And it has a lot to do with a lot of things in this world. Our natural resources, the food that we grow, comes from this soil. And so if it's not properly being taken care of and is becoming eroded and more corrosion is going on, then what do you think that will say about the food that we produce if it's lacking the nutrients within the grounds that we need it to grow? Then our food will lack the necessary nutritional value that it's supposed to have, meaning that we will be deficient in vitamins and minerals that are very essential to our health and well-being, which is another leading cause outside of our lifestyle and what we choose to eat. The lack thereof and not having it at all is also what is causing a lot of sickness and disease. If we are deficient in the minerals and vitamins that are needed for our same very makeup and design, and for us to thrive and to be able to combat these things from within, then we have a problem, Houston. And so we got to really start to understand that. We got to really start to understand and overstand that, really, because we have overlooked how important Mother Earth is and has been for us. She's a nurturer, a provider, protector in so many ways. From the wind, from the sun, to the waters, which is most important. Water is life, literally. If we lose the water and a great source of water, then we will be in a lot of trouble. And so we got to think about that. We have to think about our internal temples that we each have on this earth. How much of it is made of water? So water is a very essential part of life. Very, very essential. And so we really got to start to think and understand how we really are one with nature around us, because what on the outside, in our outer world, is the same very things that we have in our inner world, from the cosmos to all the cycles. It's all interrelated. And we got to really start to understand that, because if we don't, we will continue to have the same problems that we've been faced with, which is sickness and disease and a disconnection from all the natural things around us, the natural resources, the natural element. We won't have any respect or appreciation for them as we have it, because these same very things are being destroyed each and every day. And that's important for us to start to see and pay attention to. From the simple things like walking in our local grocery stores. Look at how all your natural fruits and vegetables are now becoming seedless, or they're even no longer available, or they're short on it. Start to pay attention to these things, because before you know it, you're going to blink in before your eyes. You won't have them at all, or they're going to all be lab-made, hybrid, crossed in the lab, man-made. And man did not make what was natural. That was already a part of this natural design, this divine design that we were placed in by the Most High, by the universe, God, whatever you choose to believe in. But it is a higher power. It is a divine guidance over us all governing this. And we gotta really start to pay more respect to that, pay more attention to that, because not only is our food, our nutrition, it's our food, but these same very foods and these herbs are also our medicine. This is our natural medicine from the natural resources provided to us, to what's produced for us. It's all important, and it all comes from Mother Earth. It all comes from the universe. It all is a part of one divine design, is what I like to call it. And if we don't start to, really grasp that in our mind and understand that in our soul, we're going to continue to be lost, disconnected, and people sick in this world, because we're not doing what is a part of our natural makeup. We are spiritual beings, and we got to feed much more than this physical part of us. You got to consider at least the four, especially the last one: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Because when this is no more, when your temporary vehicle here on Earth, in Earth School, what I like to call it, because you're here to experience life and expand and evolve in your spiritual journey as a spiritual being. And if we don't cater to the wholeness of us, well, there will be a disconnect, there will be an imbalance, as we see in the world, as a whole collective consciousness. The whole collective is in balance with Mother Earth, with nature. And that is why we have climate change. That is why we have so much chaos, so much hatred and things. And so we gotta really sit here and reverse and bring things back into balance and harmony, which is through spreading the love unconditionally, and through taking care of, like I said, the wholeness of us, which is physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual side of us as one, not in parts. Because that is why more times than not, someone might be doing, all this yoga, all these working out in the gym and stuff, but yeah, that's great and all, you physically taking care of yourself, but emotionally and mentally and probably spiritually, you're still imbalanced, you're still off sync, out of sync, you feel me? And so it's the same the other way around, Like, it's beautiful to be spiritually in tune, which we all are supposed to be and should be. And now I'm not saying that spiritually being in tune does not mean you need to be in church. No, that's not it. That means having a real deeper interconnection with your soul. And like I said, with the universe, your ancestors, your higher self, your soul within, whatever you want to call it, God, respect to them all and what you choose to follow it, but we really have to have that whole connection there. Otherwise we'll keep having the same cycle and patterns, which truthfully need to be broken in every way. And so we got to really start to rekindle those relationships from within, with ourselves. It starts with us. It starts with each of us, and getting back to that. And so yes, family, that was just a intuitive message that was in my soul right now. And so I just thought to share that with y'all. Love and vibrancy.